got this guy to make a mold, and I'm working on these. I got 5 of them, and then we have what we call the Highway 62 Open Studio Art Tours, which happens all over the high desert here, coming up in October.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting ready for that. So I'm going to paint the 5. I'm going to keep mine and have these for sale.
Nice.
I got a lot of interest in those. That's awesome. I don't have air conditioning or swamp cooler, so I struggle through the summer.
Just gets some more inspiration, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, I've been in this desert for 50 years. I'm
really?
Yeah,
wow.
I'm used to it. My dad used to work for Frank Sinatra.
I just dropped by his house. I just finished a little drive around there of all the famous houses in Palm Springs. Yeah.
Okay, so it was probably on Alejo or Amado or something like one of those. Yeah.
You can rent it apparently.
I've never been to that place.
I'm sure it's like $1,000 a day or something.
Oh yeah, you know, and he had one that was in Rancho Mirage. The compound is what.
Yep.
That's where, when I was a little kid, we used to go out there and stay there.
Nice.
And then that had a big influence on me as far as my being a neat freak. Because that's how these kind of people live.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everything had its place and everything was just perfect.
Spotlessly clean and all that.
Yeah.
And so this is the gallery now. So I have a 3-bedroom house. I've always been used to living in a small space.
Yep.
So I live in the bedroom basically.
And they get everything else.
The rest of the house is the gallery.
Amazing.
So these are some of the recent desert landscapes and things.
Wow.
That I'll be showing it for the art tours. They come here, you know, come through the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got onto these abstracts, and I kind of went crazy, and I filled up my whole living room with abstracts. Wow. I had to get it out of my system. It was something that was bugging me. I felt like I needed to do it.
Yep.
And I just had said, God dang it. You know, I see abstracts on Instagram or wherever, or in offices and stuff. I'm thinking, God, I can't believe people throw paint around and make money with it.
And there you go.
Thousands of dollars for scribbles. So I'm thinking, I'm working way too hard on mine. Mine take a month or so to do.
I bet, yeah.
And I charge, you know, pennies compared to what these people charge for the abstract. So I said, I'm going to try it, and this is my second time trying it, 10, 12, maybe 15 years ago. I got on a kick and tried it, and I did a lot of digital stuff, which wasn't all that great. So some of these paintings are the digital abstracts that I did that I painted over.
Right.
And left a little touch of color here.
I can see the one with the brick just kind of peeking through there.
Well, that was an actual painting on canvas. It wasn't digital. The spacey thing on the right and the bricks in the circles, those were left over. That particular piece, I wasn't crazy about it, wasn't going anywhere, it was taking up space in my house.
Right.
I was getting ready to take it off the stretcher bar, roll it up, stick it in my storage. I said, I put it on the ground, said, I'm just going for it, and I started throwing paint around, smushing it around.
It looks great now.
All of a sudden, I love this thing.
Yeah.
I really think if anything's going to sell, that one will.
That's amazing, yeah.
It really turned out great.
It would look good like just in a living room as like a centerpiece, you know?
Yes, it needs to be in a bigger house, in a big, or an office, you know. So,
amazing.
So I'm feeling pretty good about my abstracts. I kind of like, they're not all great. Don't know if I'm crazy about that one or the one over here.
Right.
But the rest I kind of like. I think, God dang it. This little one on the floor down here is a digital thing. I did that on my iPod some 10 years ago with my fingers.
Yep.
I had a painting program and I just put that together and I call it koi fish. I kind of like it, so I don't want to paint over it.
Nice.
Now I'm also doing, for the art tours, I'm doing ostrich eggs. Someone gave me a bunch of ostrich eggs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm doing those, and I'm also getting back to doing ceramics.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have that in the camera, yeah.
That's beautiful.
So I'm going to have a few of these.
I like the doorway that's
yeah, that's my portal.
Yeah.
And there's one out in the yard on my nature trails that I tell people to go and get a picture of themselves next to. Anyway, these ostrich eggs, I have another 7 or so of these to do. And I did a few of these little ceramic eggs. And these things when I first started playing around with this, I was hiding them out in the desert. And I had a treasure hunt, like a geocaching thing.
Yep.
And so there's an app called What 3 Words.
Okay.
And it's how the whole earth is covered in 10-foot squares.
Right.
The whole planet. And every 10-foot square is assigned 3 random words, and it will never change. So you can take that wherever you are. If you have the app, you look it up and you see what square you're in and the words. Anyway, I had people, I would hide these out in the desert, down in Palm Springs, up in Joshua Tree, here and there. And I would find out where I was on the what 3 words. Yeah. And that was the hint. So they had to have the app, get those words, and it would take you, it would direct you close to the 10-foot square. You don't have to look for it within that. Yeah. So that's really cool. I had fun with that. People had fun. I bet. But the problem with that was some people were out there. There are a couple people who went out and got like 3. Yep. That bothered me. I wanted stop at 1. You get 1, you're good. Yeah. And there's one had kids. I get it. Yep. And it's exciting, you know. Yeah. It's like I used to do a lot of geocaching. Oh. So I understand the appeal of it for sure. Yeah, it's kind of fun, you know. And you kind of trade stuff, I think, on a geocache. Yeah, you can leave little things behind and take things with you and that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. Anyway, that's what I did with those. Come on back here. Sure. And I'll show you some. I have some portraits here that I did a portrait show. These might get some more batteries. I'm not too good at people. I'm partially colorblind. Okay. So I have a hard time with skin tones. Huh. It's a huge challenge. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I started doing it. And I have blown my own mind. Those look fantastic. I've really blown my own mind with this stuff. This has almost got a Mona Lisa feel to it. It's called Simona Lisa. That's what because when I saw her, I thought it was that classic look. Yep. And I took the Mona Lisa painting and put her in front of it and used that as kind of a reference for the background. Yeah. So it's got that feel. Really cool. Yeah. And this is another couple, a musician couple up here. Nice. Yeah. And then there's my back bedrooms I use for prints. I have these stored here because these were all in the living room. You know? Right. Yeah. So what I'm going to do this year for the Archers, I'm taking a chance, and I'm going to let people see the abstract. Look, my ads are going to be Snake Jagger does abstracts. Get used to it because I'm going to try to develop a client base that's interested in that. Yeah, for sure. And we'll see what happens. If I sell 1 or 2, then I might stick with it. You know. Nice. Anyway, so most of this stuff that's on the floor will go. I will clean out the studio, repaint the walls, get it all nice, and then there's also a gallery. Right. So right now, because I'm airbrushing, I don't. I bring the art in here because it has overspray. It's all over stuff. Yep. Yeah. So and then here's some more prints and stuff. Wow. Yeah. I love the multi-panel ones too. Yeah, the triptychs. Yeah. Yeah. But I love that. That turned out really good. Amazing. Yeah. So that's the short, quick tour of my place. Oh, I mean, I really appreciate it. Yeah, and nice. It was great to meet you. Listen, let me show you out here too. Just kind of keeping an eye out for squirrels. I don't know if you guys have issues with critters. Oh, we do. Yeah. Is it squirrels, mice, bigger things like deer and moose and stuff? Yeah, we're right on the East Coast and the Atlantic Coast, so we get the big rats and stuff too along the water. What your hand is like that? Not that big. Oh, you got to be kidding. No, along the harbor. It's called a rat? Yeah. I've got squirrels, which is a problem, and pack rats. And lately, I've been noticing that there must be a rabbit disease because every so often I'm finding a dead rabbit out in the yard. Really? What the hell? They just seem to plop over. Maybe from the heat. No, it's this has happened a couple years ago where there was a disease going around taking out rabbits, and I see ones over here that the critters are taking apart. Wow. But anyway, this is my place and my view. What a beautiful spot. San Jacinto is what that is. Okay. And that's where the aerial tram is, if you want. I drove past that coming in. Yeah. Yep. It goes all the way up to the top there. Yeah. And you can hike around. It's got the same kind of landscaping as it does up north. Right. Yeah. And anyway, this is it, man. This is my place. What a spot. I built a nature trail that goes around the property. I have 1.5 acres, so there's trails that go around. I tell people they can take the walk out there if they want. You know. You said you've been here 50 years. Down in the low desert. Yeah. How long have you been up this way? Here, I've been here about 12 years. That's a long time. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. 12 years of heat. It's all heat. I mean, down below was heat. It was And I've always had a swamp cooler to get through. And,
Yep.
But we're 10 degrees cooler up here than we are down there.
Yeah, I can feel the difference for sure.
Yeah. So,
When I was down in Death Valley there 2 days in a row, and the first day I was down there, it hit 121.
yeah.
It was
That's tough.
It was an experience.
And you're driving with air conditioning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It gets like that down here too. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
in Palm Springs, it'll get that hot, and
Wow.
so and the world's heating up. I guess. So
It is for sure.
They say it's going to get worse.
Well, listen, I won't keep you any longer. I know you're probably busy trying to get something done.
Well,
but
I want to tell you, it's nice to meet you.
you too.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
And I'm glad you stopped, and you could tell your friend about it.